Brakati Hawashai, Brakati Hawa, Brakati Hawashai, Bahashai, Kudash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of the great millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right? And I'm going to start out saying Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Achad. All right? And today I'm going to a live stream entitled Accept Your Lot. All right, accept your lot, man. All right, because every brother in this truth, all right, has been given a particular office and things that's required for his office. All right, responsibilities, all right, that comes along with this office that he's in. All right. And the first prophet that I think about is the prophet Jonah. All right, the prophet Jonah, contrary to how he felt, he had to accept his lot. And the prophet Jeremiah, all right, he basically got tired of dealing with Jake, but the word was in his belly like fire, man. So he had to accept his lot, man. So if our forefathers, which a lot of us are those men that I just spoke about, some of us, Jonah is back. In other words, all right, Jeremiah is back, all right. But as it says in 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Meaning that if you are a prophet coming back and the Most High has called you to this word, then you're going to do exactly what you were predestined to do, and that's prophesy. But also along with that prophecy, along with that gift and along with that lot, all right, there's a responsibility, there's a requirement to strengthen that lot, to activate that lot, so to speak, man. And a lot of it comes from separation from the world, to tap into who you were in your past life, so to speak. All right, to tap into your life. All right, and a lot of it comes with praying and fasting. You know, the same things that's required to fortify your mind in the first place. But one of the conflicts that you may have in this truth, all right, when it comes to your life, all right, is what's required of your life. All right, what's required to activate your life, man. All right, so some brothers, they may live in a state of necessity, or the Most High might have it set up to where they only make enough to basically pay their bills. You know, they only have enough to get food, pay their bills. They don't really have enough to really, you know, treat themselves, so to speak, on a greater level. All right. Or it may be that for one particular period of time, and it's truth, you may have had those things, then another particular period of time, the Most High have taken those things away from you. But that's part of your molding process required for your life. All right. Some brothers, they came in this truth making a lot of money, and they continue to make relatively decent amount of money, but they still have the capacity, all right, to not only teach but to be on fire in His word. All right. But other brothers, you know, their lot is to not have a whole lot. Okay, because that straightness, all right, it activates their spirit, all right, and it activates it activates their biblical purpose. Okay, but the thing is, you have to accept your lot, man. All right, you know, you have to. Some brothers are not gonna have women. All right, but as it says in 1 Corinthians the 7th chapter, all right, basically, if thou don't have a wife, seek not a wife, man. All right, because you have to look at what your straightness is producing. Those afflictions is producing something, man. That deprivation, that's producing something, man. All right, not having a lot of money, that's molding something in your spirit, man. Usually any type of deprivation in the flesh, it automatically strengthens your spirit, man. Conversely, all right, overindulgence in the flesh, it weakens your spirit, man. It is that America never speaks on the human spirit. It never speaks on spirituality and spiritual food, man. Spiritual cultivation, spiritual care. All right, it only talks about fleshly indulgence. All right. Kabar, Proverbs 16:33, it says, The lot is cast into the left, but the whole disposing thereof is of Yahweh. And literally in the ancient world, we would literally cast lots. All right, I wish I had a penny or something just to give an example. But like how you would say heads or tails, that's actually a form of casting a lot. And it's actually like you'll set up a prayer, then you'll cast a lot. All right, but that's a form of going to the oracle, so to speak. All right, it's like a divine oracle. Okay, but you actually have a lot. All right, where the Most High is predestined for you to teach this word, man. All right, and best believe your lot comes with a certain hell. All right, whether it's a mental hell, whether it's a physical ailment, whether it's certain things you're going to be deprived of that other brothers have. All right, it's going to, when you first wake up to this knowledge, your light is going to require you to prove your soul, as it says in Sirach, prove thy soul and thy life and that which is evil for it. Because really the things that's evil for your soul is really detrimental to your light. It's not that certain things are a sin, all right, but it weakens your light. It weakens your spirit, all right. It throws your spirit off balance and makes you less productive for your light. All right, that's why men of Yahweh Shema Shai, a lot of them have care for their diet. All right, they make an effort to abstain from certain things that throw their spirits off balance, because it's all for their light. They know in order for them to tap into a certain spirit, in order for them to really get, zoned in the spirit, that's going to require a certain level of straightness. That's going to require a certain level of abstinence from some element of the flesh, certain part of the flesh, man. All right. But as it says in 1 Corinthians 14, the spirits of the prophets are subject unto the prophets, man. So it's going to take a level of sacrifice to tap into your light, man. But like I was saying, for the women, all right, or for brothers that deal with not having a woman, all right, you have to, it's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to accept not having a woman, man. All right, because those are one of the main things that the Most High can do temporarily or for a long extended period of time. All right, so you can eat the book. But if you are resisting that lot, then you're forcing the course of the river pursuant to Sirach, the 4th chapter and the 28th verse, man. All right, you're forcing the course of the river. Okay, so you can't resist the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right, as it says in Romans 8 and 28, all things happen for the good of them that fear Yahweh Shema Shai. So the straightness that you have in your life, that's nothing but a machine. That's nothing but a process, and it's producing something. It's producing something in the spirit, man. All right, that straightness, that deprivation, all right, that wantonness or that necessity that you have, where you just financially confined, that's producing something for the inner man. That's building something within that inward man. All right, the external man, that fleshly man, is going to have to suffer, all right, for the growth of that inward man. All right, so your lifestyle and your circumstances is nothing more than a machine. Within that machine is processes, and those processes produces a prophet. All right, it produces a servant of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man. All right, and he's through that straightness, or he's purging you of your flaws and certain demons out of you, because you have to be geared in a certain spirit to really absorb the words in the book, man. To absorb the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you really have to unplug from the filthiness of the world, all right, to absorb the spirit of Yahweh Shai, all right, and ultimately grab a piece of his spirit to produce, man. All right, so don't focus on the afflictions in your life. Focus on what those afflictions are producing for your life, man, and for your light. Okay, it's not just about, like they say, trust the process. You have to trust the process, man. All right, you have to come to an honest realization. Why am I deprived of certain things? If I'm in this truth, and before I came into this truth, I wasn't deprived of these things, but now I'm in the truth and I'm deprived of these things. All right. So what is the purpose of that deprivation? All right, And that's why you have to go back to the scriptures where it says, trust in the Lord without trusting out of one Yahweh without our heart and lean not unto our own understanding. All right, this is from Kabar, 2 Corinthians 1:6. And whether we be afflicted, it is for, oh, this is a good one. And whether you be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual in the enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffer, or whether we be comforted. It is for your consolation and salvation. Hey, that's beautiful, man. All right. So these things the Most High is chastening us with, all right, it's for our ultimately salvation, man. And that's why Yahweh Shai, our captain of our salvation, said, if you suffer with me, you shall reign with me, man. Yahweh Shai, all right, he was the pride of women. He didn't have a woman, man. All right, he didn't have the luxury of indulgence within his 33 years on earth, man. All right. So he didn't have these pleasures in the flesh because he was a man of purpose, man. All right. So some brothers, man, hey, you know, and then the way you know you're mature and the way you know you have growth is when the Most High doesn't have to deprive you of certain things, because for a particular period of time, you would abstain from those things anyway for the sake of growth in the ministry, man. All right. You may say, all right, I'm not going to drink wine for 3 weeks, or I'm not going to drink wine for a month to grow in the spirit. I'm going to go on a fast to grow in the spirit, man. I'm not going to partake in certain pleasures to grow in the spirit. See, when you're a baby in the spirit, the Most High has to take those things from you, all right, to put you in the spirit. But when you become more mature in the spirit, all right, you temporarily, all right, take certain things from your life so you can grow yourself in the spirit, so to speak, man. All right. But like the brother Kabar put on the comment board, man, all things are for our salvation, man. All right. It's all about the results, man. Like Suge Knight said in the movie Straight Outta Compton, it's all about the results. But there's a quote in the Latin, which I can't remember how to quote it, but it basically translates to in English, the results validates the deed. So Yahweh Shema Shai, he's all about the results. All right. The deed, it's a rough process. All right. It's molding you. And being molded is never a comfortable feeling. Okay. But the results validate the deed, man. So the things you go through in your life, all right, within your lot, okay? When you see what that engenders, all right, when you see what that manufactures, ultimately it manufactures your salvation. And that's the reason why you have these revelations. That's the reason why you can open up the word and read the book, as opposed to somebody that's in the world open up the word and they can't eat the book, man. All right? There's something also called delayed gratification. Or if you had all your gratification on this side, how can you truly enjoy the kingdom? If you live your best life on this side, how can you really hasten the days, man? All right, if Esau, if you had all access to Esau's bread and circuses, all right, if you had all access to Esau's bread and circuses, how can you truly want to enjoy the fruits of your labor in the kingdom, man? That's why you have a lot of Israelite camps. They don't teach you around. But if you don't teach you around and you have your comforts on this side for 6 months at a time, all right, how can you really look forward to the kingdom when we're going to really have rest? All right. Sometimes the lessons being taught are hard, but fight through it. It's all for your betterment. Hey, well, you know what, bro? Hey, the water for your honesty. You know, sometimes it's hard to watch certain videos because it'll cut you in the spirit, or a brother might be telling you something that you don't want to hear. But, you know, if you could fight through it, man, you know, it's all for your growth, man. But no, I appreciate you saying that, you know. But, you know, we constantly, the thing is, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, is that we submit ourselves to his will. You know, we submit ourselves to his will, and it make us accept our lot more, man. All right. And a lot of those deprivations that we experience and that straightness we experience, it creates a sense of bitterness in our spirits, man. But that sense of bitterness becomes sweet when we hear the news that, you know, Babylon is almost about to fall. You know, when we hear about certain mandates and things that go right into the scriptures, you know, you can't shop or go here or go there unless you have a certain pass. we know that it's almost over with, which means that we know our sufferings is almost over with after the, our temptation and things of that nature. But we're going to dine in hell. The house of David, all right? The house of David are going to be exalted in their enemies' hell, man. And that's exactly how it's going to work, man. All right? That's why it says in Job, the 5th chapter, that in death and destruction thou shalt laugh, man. All right? Because soon the Most High going to uplift that burden from us, all right? And we're going to rejoice, man. But it's only right that that happens at the downfall of our enemy. All right? If your enemy is winning and that equates to you winning, then there's a problem. But when your enemy is winning and you're losing, that makes sense. That means that you didn't align yourself with your enemy. But if your enemy is losing and that creates a winning situation for you, that means you're in your right spirit, man. So, hey, like I have to repeat the scripture again. If you suffer with me, you should reign with me. But it's all about the payoff, Akim, for brothers who've been in this truth 6 months to 14 years. All right? It's all about the payoff, man. But we have to bend ourselves and submit ourselves to the will of Yahweh Shai and accept the lot and the burden that the Most High has temporarily put on us so we can produce the word, man, and also hasten the days, man. All right, but I'm going to go on, draw this. I was going to do a live stream on another topic, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, he wanted me to do it on this one. And maybe, if it's the Lord's will, I'll do it on another topic tomorrow. All right, because the spirit was getting on basically divine femininity. But like I said, that could be something that I could touch on tomorrow, Lord willing. But yeah, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. And once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashemi, Havashai, Bahashim, Kakudash, double honors to our elder apostles, great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessing to the house of David the elect, Abba, Abba, Kum Yashala, and Shalom.